Yo, what's up guys, the Insane Game Freak here to bring you another Pokemon Best Wishes episode review of Season 2, Episode 43. I actually thought this was a pretty nice filler, and if they could do filler like this, I wouldn't mind as much, where they're taking nostalgic elements from previous filler that they've tried before, because this is obviously taken from the Land of the Giant Pokemon filler, back in like Gen 1. And they're mixing it with a heartwarming story. If you can do that, but do that, for various aspects like comedy and, whatever way you're playing up the filler. Or just use the filler to expand on the characters' personalities, like the silent Mr. Detective Silent shit, where you spent that filler, even though what pisses me off is, do we even know the full reason? I think I even asked this, do we know the full reason why Dent has a thing against Purloin and shit? Because I kind of want to see that expanded on, at least at the end. From the previews I've seen of the later episodes, apparently they don't give a fuck about introducing a fuck ton of X and Y Pokemon, which at this point I feel like, okay, fine, this is how we're going to introduce them, because what was it? We introduced Gen 2, I think was just through filler. Gen 3 was introduced because of Blaziken through League shit. Gen 4 was because of Gary, and then they introduced Gen 5. I don't know how, I think Gen 5 was just bullshit too. So Gen 6, they're just like, we're gonna throw a whole bunch of fucking, we're gonna just throw a whole bunch of fucking Gen 6 Pokemon in the filler episodes, which I guess in a sense would make the filler more interesting, because at least then we get to see these new Pokemon animated for the first time, even though we barely know anything about them. But in terms of this episode in itself, I like the whole idea of having this old, I think this is one of the few times we've actually seen an older Nurse Joy. Granted, I don't know why we can't get well, here's my thing, it's like, are Nurse Joys in their 20s or in their late teens? Because every time I see an old, this older Nurse Joy looks like she's in her 30s. So does that mean there's just this gap where, what are the default ages for being a Nurse Joy? 20? 22, somewhere around there. I don't know. It's just something I was thinking of. I thought the story with her in the Zorua and Zorua arc was pretty cool. It was pretty nice, sweet. It wasn't anything special, but at the same time, it wasn't fucking I wasn't sitting there going, oh, they're using this cliche. 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 At least I can say when I finished watching it, I was like, okay, that was a nice filler. I even said that when we were getting to the whole background and why the Zorua arc was the way it was. I like how we got this weird looking flashback, even though it doesn't make any sense, because Zorua arc doesn't have an ability to do that. I don't even think that's an ability. I think that's just a random flag. It's the only problem with the episode is that it still breaks logic. For example, if there was a portion of the episode that didn't make any sense. Oh, no, never mind, I'm stupid. I was going to question, it was if the giant Pokemon was just an illusion made by Zorua arc, then how is it that Pikachu's attacks look like they hit? It wasn't like we saw the attack phase through or some shit. But technically, it was Zorua arc. It's just I guess you would call that a giant transformation, but but it's filler. I'm not really going to bitch about it too much. Overall, it was fine. I like the Nurse Joy stuff. It actually was fairly heartwarming. I was surprised. I was like, oh, this is a heartwarming filler. And I had to sit down and had to think about it. I was like, wait a minute, what? But overall, it was a nice filler. Unfortunately, I have to work this weekend, because what I want to do is I want to marathon all the episodes that I've missed, which I think I am at episode 40. This is episode 43, and I think currently it's the episodes that are available for me to watch and comment on are all the way up until episode, I think it's 48 and some shit that are subbed and I can watch. And yeah, I am still buying the DVDs, for those curious. I am still buying the DVDs. I'm at this is episode 43. So, and the latest one that's subbed is episode 47. So by that logic, I am about 4 episodes behind, which is about a movie's worth. Granted, I don't know which one of these are actually... The only one I'm interested in seeing off the top of my head is the Iris Ash splitting up one, because I feel like we haven't seen this Jin's version of that kind of episode, and I'm curious how that's gonna work, considering this is one of the Jins they really didn't focus too much time on Iris and Ash having any somewhat of a romantic relationship, which I was actually surprised, considering they hinted it a lot with Misty. Obviously, Misty was the one that was overdone the most. I don't remember it being that big of an issue with Dawn. May a little bit. Like, they did the romantic stuff with kind of like Misty and May, and then they kind of just stopped with like Dawn and Iris. But please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Good episode. I enjoyed the filler. Emotional type filler. I enjoyed it for what it was. Thank you guys for watching. Life's a game. Play to win. Gotta catch them all. And I will catch you guys later. Oh, that was stupid. Peace out. Oh, God.